My husband, the man I trusted more than anyone else in the world. He asked me to leave our house because his pregnant sister said that being around me made her nauseous. And he didn't even flinch when he said it. Just looked at me with this blank expression and said, "It's better for everyone if you're not around while she's visiting." At first, I thought it was a bad joke. Maybe I misheard him. But no, he was serious. He chose her feelings over mine without a second thought. I never expected betrayal to feel like this. It wasn't loud. It wasn't violent. It was quiet, cold, and it made me feel invisible. Let me take you back to how it all began. It was a typical Sunday morning. I was making breakfast like I always do. Pancakes, scrambled eggs, toast with strawberry jam, his favorite. He walked into the kitchen and barely looked at me. He sat at the table, eyes locked on his phone, barely mumbling a good morning. "Everything okay?" I asked. "I'm fine. Just tired," he replied, avoiding eye contact. That should have been my first clue. But love makes you overlook things. You tell yourself, it's just stress, he's distracted, no big deal. By the afternoon, his sister arrived. I'll call her Emily. She walked in, looked around the house like she was inspecting it, then gave me a half-hearted smile. "Nice to see you," I said. "Can I get you something? Tea? Water?" She rolled her eyes. "I already feel nauseous." I thought she was joking. So I chuckled awkwardly and tried to brush it off. But then came the moment that changed everything. My husband turned to me and said, "She's not feeling well. Maybe it's best if you go stay with your mom for a few days." I stared at him, frozen. "What did you just say?" He repeated it like it was no big deal. Like it made sense. "She's pregnant. She's sensitive to smells and people. Don't take it personally. Just give her some space." Just give her space? I was your wife. This was my home. My space. But in that moment, I was nothing more than a problem to be removed. I grabbed a few clothes, slammed the door, and drove off. I was shaking, angry, confused. And the worst part, I wasn't even sure what I had done wrong. My mom welcomed me with open arms. I told her everything through tears, and she just looked at me in disbelief. "That's not normal, Amanda," she said. "No husband should ask his wife to leave for someone else's comfort, pregnant or not." She was right. But I still couldn't wrap my head around it. What kind of man treats his wife like an outsider? I tried calling him later that night. No answer. I texted him the next morning. No reply. 2 whole days went by, and I heard nothing. That silence? It was louder than any argument we'd ever had. On the 3rd day, I couldn't take it anymore. I drove back to the house. No warning. No texts. I needed to look into his eyes and get the truth. When I arrived, his sister was gone. He looked shocked to see me. Almost guilty. "What are you doing here?" he asked. "What do you mean? I live here. Or did you forget?" He didn't answer. He just turned away. And that's when I noticed something strange on the kitchen counter. A bottle of prenatal vitamins. But not just any bottle. It had my name on it. Handwritten. In ink. I picked it up, heart pounding. "Why does this have my name?" He froze. I saw the panic in his eyes. He tried to speak, but the words wouldn't come out. Finally, he sighed. "Okay. Fine. She's not pregnant. What? It's not her. It's you. You're the one who's pregnant. My knees nearly buckled. What are you talking about? I never took a test. Yes, you did, he said. A few weeks ago. You left it in the bathroom drawer. I saw the result. I didn't want to confront you because I thought maybe you didn't know yet. But then came the twist I never saw coming. She found the test too. Emily. She thought it was hers. When I told her it was yours, she broke down. She's been trying to have a baby for years. And recently, she found out she can't. He looked down. She begged me not to tell you. She said seeing you, being near you, made her sick. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your happiness was a reminder of what she couldn't have. So you lied to me? I asked. You pushed me out of my own house? Because of her envy? I panicked. I didn't want to hurt her. And what about me? I shouted. What about your wife? That was the moment I saw him for who he really was. A man who didn't have the courage to stand by the woman carrying his child. A man who would rather make excuses than take responsibility. A man who thought my worth was negotiable. I walked away. And this time, I didn't come back. It's been weeks since that day. And yes, I'm scared. I'm hurt. I'm heartbroken. But I'm also free. Because the worst kind of betrayal isn't from strangers. It's from those who pretend to love you while slowly cutting you down. Being pregnant should have been a moment of joy. But instead, I had to grieve the man I thought I knew, and the future I thought we'd build together. But I've learned something powerful. You don't have to stay in a place where your presence is treated like a problem. You don't owe loyalty to someone who chooses silence over support. And you are not responsible for protecting someone else's comfort at the cost of your own dignity. So if you're listening right now and you've ever felt invisible, if you've ever been made to feel like your emotions are too much or your needs too inconvenient, let me say this. You are not a burden. You are not the villain in someone else's insecurity. And you do not have to shrink yourself to make others feel tall. If this story touched your heart, please like this video so more people can hear it. Comment the word worthy below to remind yourself and others that you are enough. And share this video with someone who needs the strength to walk away from a toxic situation. Because together, we're stronger. And every time you choose yourself, you make the world a little brighter. You are not alone. You are enough. You are worthy.